Does the OnePlus 6 work on Verizon? This is a question many people are wondering the answer to because OnePlus 6 is such an incredible phone at such an affordable price point. It's packing the Snapdragon 845 processor, the Adreno 630, 8 gigs of RAM, which is insane for a phone, 128 gigs of storage, 16 and 20 megapixel dual rear-facing cameras, a 6.28-inch AMOLED edge-to-edge display, a fingerprint reader, and facial recognition, all for just $579. This is an absolute steal considering other flagship devices start at $700 to even up to $1,000. But it is only a steal if you can use OnePlus 6 on your carrier of choice. So in this video, we're going to be testing to see if it works on Verizon. Officially on OnePlus's website, you can see it supports the AT&T, T-Mobile, and US Cellular networks here in the United States. Verizon customers appear to be out of luck at the moment, but that's not going to stop me from trying. You see, the spec sheet reveals OnePlus 6 has all of these LTE bands baked into it, and what's interesting is it has bands 2, 4, and 5, which are 3 of the bands Verizon uses for coverage. So unfortunately, what OnePlus 6 is missing is band 13, which is Verizon's primary band for providing LTE coverage, but it still has 3 out of the 4 bands that Verizon is using, so we're going to put it to the test. So I've got my US Mobile Super LTE SIM card here. This actually uses the Verizon network for coverage, and what I'm going to do is pop it into my OnePlus 6 and see if it'll connect to the network. And then from there, I'm going to run 3 tests. I'm going to test the cellular data. I'm going to test the capabilities of making a phone call and whether or not it can send and receive messages. Because those are the 3 core aspects to a functional smartphone: talk, text, and data. Okay, so we have the SIM card installed in the device. Looks like it says emergency calls only in the top left. Oh, now it's, oh, look at that, Verizon Wireless. And it has connected. You can see LTE and 1X in the top right-hand corner. So that is very promising. Let's start off by testing data. So I have a website queued up here, bestphoneplans.net. Yeah, that loaded up totally fine. We can go top picks, see what the top picks are. Yeah. So it looks like cellular data is working using bands 2, 4, and 5 on the Verizon network. We can load up another site here. I really like Techno Buffalo, so I'm going to search for them and see if that will load. Yes, it appears it does. So that's really great to see. Let's test out what the data speeds are like using the Ookla speed test application. And I want to get my iPhone 8. This is also on US Mobile Super LTE service, just so we can compare and see what the differences may be. So I'm going to tap go on both. Looks like, yeah, it looks like cellular data is totally working fine with Verizon on OnePlus 6. On iPhone 8, it also is working. And funny enough, OnePlus 6 is actually getting faster download speeds, about 6.9, almost 7 megabits per second, whereas iPhone is only getting around 3.5 megabits per second. Now it's time for the upload speed test. You can see both are struggling here. iPhone getting 0.1413 megabits per second, really slow. OnePlus 6 getting 0.01 megabit per second. So with this speed test, you can kind of see Verizon coverage is not the best in this particular location, but cellular data on Verizon on OnePlus 6 is definitely working using bands 2, 4, and 5. It is able to connect. Signal strength and coverage may not be quite as strong in some areas, but there you go. Cellular data is working. All right, let's test out making a phone call now. So again, I've got this queued up. I'm going to call my Google Voice number, see what happens.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your mobile number is either not active or is invalid. For assistance, please contact your wireless service provider. Announcement 13, switch to 8-4. Welcome to Verizon Wireless.
Okay, so it looks like calling is definitely kind of working. That did not go through at all. It looks like it could work, and it should work, but at the moment it is not working. So that's kind of a disappointment to see. Let's try sending a message now. So I've got, again, a message queued up, just, test, classic, and we'll see if this goes through. It appears to be taking a while to send here. Not really sure what's up with that. Typically, SMS goes through pretty quickly. Okay, we're just going to put this down and wait a little bit and see what happens. Okay, we are back, and as I kind of suspected, as it was taking a long time, the message to Stetson Doggett failed to send. If you go in, yeah, test not sent, tap to try again. I don't think it's going to work. So what is the verdict? OnePlus 6 on Verizon. Does it work? Well, with bands 2, 4, and 5, OnePlus 6 can connect to Verizon's LTE network. However, I expect without band 13, Verizon's primary band for LTE coverage, the coverage may be weaker and not as good in some areas, so I'd be a little hesitant to use it there. Calling looks like it should work, but didn't quite work. We got that message from Verizon saying it hadn't been set up. So it's a little unfortunate to see. And then, of course, messaging didn't send at all, so that's not working whatsoever. So if you really want the best experience using OnePlus 6, again, such an amazing device, I would highly recommend using it on one of the officially supported networks, either AT&T, T-Mobile, or US Cellular. And if you are a Verizon customer, you could consider switching to another carrier that uses those for coverage. So just as an example, you could consider Cricket. Cricket has a great plan, $35 a month for 5 gigs of LTE data, or $30 a month for 2 gigs. So pretty affordable. And again, with OnePlus 6 starting at just $530, completely unlocked and ready to use with your carrier of choice, that could be a pretty good deal. Another great option would be Mint Mobile. Mint has some insanely affordable plans on the T-Mobile network, which is fully supported by OnePlus 6. You can get 2 gigs for $15 a month or up to 10 gigs for $25 a month. And again, either using Cricket or Mint Mobile, those are great options for getting the most out of your OnePlus 6 device. Anyway, that wraps up this video on using OnePlus 6 on Verizon. Hopefully you enjoyed. Feel free to give it a thumbs up down below if you found it helpful. Subscribe for more videos like this one. And yeah, I'm Stetson. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.